And how do you feel to be nominated for this prestigious award?
I was a grad student in New York at the time when Richard Green was appointed chancellor of the New York City school system. I remember the night that he died. It was very tragic. And the impact that he had on the entire city, but not only the entire city of New York, throughout the entire country when you talk about urban education. He was a great man. He was a mountain among superintendents, and I am just excited and deeply honored that I would even be considered a finalist for this very prestigious award.
How did you decide to become an educator?
Well, first of all, I think it's an honor that you would call me an educator. Professionally, I'm not. I'm a pastor, but my heart is in education, and I just think that part of my work as a minister and as a civic leader is to be publicly engaged and actively engaged in improving the quality of education for our children in Boston.
And what do you enjoy about being a member of the board?
What do I say that again?
I said, what do you enjoy about being a member of the board?
I enjoy hearing the superintendent give comments about improvements when the graduation rates go up and the dropout rates go down, when test scores go up, when more and more children of color are going on to college, and we're able to see that the improvements are a result of policies created by the school committee. That's heaven to me.
Thank you. How long have you been a board member?
Going on 6 years, and 3 of those years I was president of the school board.
What was that like, being president of the school board, having all those responsibilities?
It's pretty difficult. As you know, most school board members are volunteers, and so trying to make sure that 6 other elected officials kind of stay together and achieve consensus is pretty difficult sometimes.
Why is working in the educational field important to you?
Because children are important to me. I am the mother of 6, I am the grandmother of 6, but children has always been my call. So even before I was on the school board, I was a child advocate for 15 years. Yeah.
So what is your absolute favorite thing about being a board member? What keeps you coming back every day?
You. What keeps me coming back are the students, because that's the only reason to be there, just to know that you can in some small way help as many children that live in your community succeed. It's a pretty special thing. So you're what keeps me coming back, and I want to make sure that every once in a while I really get to touch you guys, because we don't often get to do that as board members. So you're what inspires me to do what I do, and when I see that you're doing well, then I'm happy.
Thank you. Well, my last question for our interview is going to be, if you had any advice for other people who want to become board members and want to get involved with our children, what would your advice to them be?
Just know that you have to love children very much, and you have to, and it's a reasonably thankless job. So you have to be able to get your good feelings for what you know you accomplished when you're there. So just be prepared to work very hard, but to keep children at the center of your decision making.
All right, thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Dave.
What is the most important thing about being a board member?
The most important thing to me is the chance to help the students in the district succeed.
How long have you been there?
I've been on the board, this is my 5th year right now.
What made you want to get in the field of education? What pushed you to go in that direction?
Well, my husband and I have 2 children in the district, and I got pretty involved at the school level, but I realized that it really wasn't enough, that we really needed to go to the next level. So that's why I wanted to help out the whole school district, so all 45,000 of the children versus just the 500 in their school.
That's very nice. My last question for our interview is, if you could give advice to anyone who wants to become a board member, what would it be?
I think it's really just to start getting involved with the schools, and I think once you're involved and you show an interest, then you know where there's a will, there's a way, and I think eventually that would bubble up, and you too could be on the school board. So I think you have to want what's better for the students and for the community, and for all involved.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.
How did you decide to become an educator in the Baltimore Public School District?
Because of young people like you who are very inspiring as I listen to you talk. And so I want to be a part of that.
Thank you very much. And what do you enjoy about being a board member, and how long have you served on the board?
I've served on the board, this is my 8th year, and what I like about it is the opportunity to work with the superintendent to develop policies and governance that will help him to do a better job in serving children. So I'm in the decision-making process for the school system.
And I would like to ask you, how does it actually feel to be a nominee for this award?
Oh, it's terrific. I mean, I feel wonderful about it. But I have to think that I'm here because of a lot of other people. And in my pathway, in my journey, I always remember that wherever I am in life is because of other people around me who have been willing to work with me, to forgive me for the mistakes that I had made, and to encourage me.
And how has your experience as being an assistant principal and a principal affect how you decide to give back to your schools as a board member?
Oh, I love being an assistant principal, a principal. I particularly like being a principal because you're in control and you can do some things for children. I like working with children. I like working with those teachers who work directly with children and providing for them the necessary resources that they needed to provide for the children. Experiences, different kinds of experiences that takes them outside the classroom, but will help them to become good students and independent students so they can make a contribution to society. I miss it. I miss children. I still miss the first day of school.
And I would like to thank you for your time. That was all.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. I enjoyed talking with you.
I enjoyed talking with you too.
How long have you been a board member?
17 years, since my children were little.
What has that been like for you, being there so long?
It's been awesome. I've seen tremendous changes. I've seen us go from kind of, we'll teach the kids we can teach, to, no, every child needs a great education, and we're going to do whatever we have to make that happen.
That's awesome. What would you say sets you apart from the other members for you to be nominated for this award?
That's a hard question to answer because we have such an awesome group of people who've been committed for a long time and have been creative and persistent and sometimes loud, because that's sometimes what you have to do. But I guess probably the length of service and the commitment and the kind of different things I've done. I've done a lot of work with environmental issues. I've done work around diversity. I'm doing work now with our homeless population, and they all feed into the school system because those are all children that we serve.
That's wonderful. And my last question for you is, if you could give advice to anyone else who wants to be a board member, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that you can do anything you set your mind to. You must first of all be true to yourself, because if you lie, I promise you'll get caught. And you have to look at yourself in the mirror every morning, so you need to be able to face that person and say, I did the best I could do.
Thank you for your time, and congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.